If you look at this, you discover that we have this card here. This is another page, another website which I was building. We have this listing card here. And if I click on any of this, it takes you to that particular listing. I'll just go back to the home page. So we want to do the same, want to have the same on this website which we are building, which is you see, which is what we're building from the last tutorial. So the first thing we need to do is to go to the dashboard and we go to pages. I'll go to add new and we want to have a home page. We want to have a home page and then I'm just going to publish that and I'll edit this with Elementor. Before we add the listing card, it's important that we just add some flesh to the home page. So I'll click on this setup here. I'll come, I'll hide title, page layout, I'll make it Elementor full width. And then this is it. Now what I want to do is I want to add a section, a flex box. I'll add this first one. I'll add a container inside here. And then first of all, I want to make this to be full width. And then I want to give it a background, something like a slideshow. I'll add some images here. That, this, and that. I'll create a new slideshow. I'll insert the gallery. And then I want to add a heading here. I'll just say, let's say luxury properties. Luxury properties. I'll center this. I'll make this DM Sans. I think that's the font we're using. I'll make it, let's see, I'll make it, let's just say 75. And I want it to be white. Then I can add some text header here behind or beneath. I'll center that. I'll make it DM Sans. DM Sans. I'll make it, let's say, 16. I'll make it white. I'll just leave the text the way it is. I'm going to change that later on. Now, what I want to do is that I want to come to this entire section, click on the 6 dots, come to style. I'll come to the background overlay, and then I'm going to make it a click classic, and I want to make it black. I'll just leave it the way it is. And now I can go to advanced, and I want to give it around padding of 10 first. I'll unlink this, and then I'll give it top 200, and then bottom 200. Then I could add a button beneath here. A button, I'll add this button here, and then I'll see view listings or just view properties. That's it. I'm going to link it later on to the properties archive page. I'll come to style. I'll align this centered. I'll make font to be DM Sans. And then I want to make this to be 16. Yeah, I think 16 will do. Let's see. Let's make it 18. And then if I come to the background, I want the background to be, I could give the background a gradient, background type a gradient, and I'll give it 2 colors. Let's say, we do black and white. Would it do? Or we could do black and gray. Yes. And then this entire inner section, actually I want this button to be inside this inner section. And then I'll come here. I want to remove the gaps. I want to make them 10. Is it inside here? No, it's not. I'll copy this and paste it inside there. So it's inside this container right now. I'll delete this and then I'll publish that. So this is what we have for now. Now we want to go to the business of the day, which is to add the listing cards. So I'll first of all come to the background, to the dashboard. I'll come to the dashboard. And on the Jet Engine, I want to go to listings, listings components. I want to click on add new, and then it should be a post, of course. And the post type, I want it to be properties. And then listing name, I'll just say listing card item. And then it will be Elementor. I'll click on create listing card. And then there we have it. So we want to have this exact thing we have here. We want to have this exact thing. But when we start building it, it may not seem very apparent. So I'll click and come back. I want to add a container inside here. And this container, you might want it to be full width, but for now, I'll leave it the way it is. I'll add another container inside, then duplicate and duplicate. And then this entire inner container, no, I didn't add an inner container. I'll just delete this, delete this. So this is the inner container. I want to add other containers inside here. I'll add that one, duplicate and duplicate. And then I want to give this outer container a horizontal direction. So you see all the containers now, the inner containers now are stacked next to each other. But I want to come here. I'll click on this entire container. I want it to be, let's see, 1350. Now, we need just one here because it's going to be kind of dynamic. It's going to be dynamic, a dynamic template, which the other listings, all the listings are going to take. But for us to have an actual perspective of how it's going to look, it's important that we have three containers here because we are going to have three columns. So for inside here, I could choose to add the background type here, which is the image, the header image or the main image which we had, but I'll choose rather to have an image here, and then it's going to be dynamically calling the main image of each listing. So I'm going to click on these dynamic tags, and I want to go down to Jet Engine, click on custom image, and then I want to select cover image. So you see the cover image is now being displayed. And then you could add all of these here, but we are not at that level yet. Now, but what I'll do is this. First of all, I'm going to delete this image, or rather I'll add another container inside here, and then I'm going to drag the image and put it inside. I want to now duplicate this, and you're going to see the reason why, because I would like to give a background to this section. So it's important that I have two containers inside. So this is the container housing both of these. I want to delete this image here. I'll delete this image, and then I want to add a header inside here. It's also going to be a dynamic header, and then I'll click on these dynamic tags, and if I scroll down to Jet Engine custom field, I want to select a custom field of title. So you see the title here. Now we are going to style this later on. Now inside this container, if we go back to this, you see we have all of these items on the line. I'm going to add yet another container. Now, if you have any issues understanding containers, then I have a video on my channel that gives you details about containers. So I have this container down here, and I'm just going to duplicate this, and then I'll put this heading inside the first container. And then in the next container, I'm going to duplicate these two. In the next container, I'm going to add two other containers. So I'll add this here, and then I duplicate this. Now I want this to be horizontally aligned. So you see they are horizontally aligned. Make sure to publish your work. I want to come back to the back end of my work. Now these are the fields which we have here. You see which we're going to use. We're going to use location. I've already added that. Number of rooms, toilets, kitchens, and maybe alarm or security. So we just want to have a sneak peek. And if I come back to my editable screen, let me shift this behind. You see I already have the location here. I simply added the text editor and then used the dynamic field to add this. So what I want to do now is I want to come back and I want to look for an icon list. I'm going to add it here. That's how we are going to get this particular information which we have here. Then I'm going to just delete one. And if I come here, I want to come to the dynamic tag. I want to scroll down. I'll just increase the brightness of my screen. Scroll down, custom fields. And I want to look for bedroom. Bedroom, number of rooms, five. It gives me the value. I want to look for an icon. I'll look for building. I'll look for building. And that's it. Insert it there. That's number of rooms. And then here, I want to look for toilet. I want to look for toilet. Toilet. And I will search for toilet. Toilet. I'll use this. Now, on this other side, I will duplicate this and bring it here. I feel like uh, the, I should use the before. There is a tool here. There's a functionality for this. I don't think most people really understand if they just see this building and these icons. So I want to come to click on this thing that looks like a wheel spanner. I'll click on it, and then you see advanced. Click on advanced, and then it says before. So here I'm going to say rooms. Rooms. No, I'm on this other side. I will click on this, come to advanced, and then before it says rooms, and then give a hyphen and give a space. You see, it now shows you rooms 5. I will do the same for the rest. For this other one, I'll close this. I'll come here. I'll click on this spanner, click down, no advanced. Before I'll say toilet. And you see, it gives 7. So I want to do the same for this. I'll come here. I want to see what other information can we add. I'll say kitchens. Kitchens. So for kitchens, let's look for kitchen. I'll just say utensil. Um, I'll add this kitchen and then come to advanced before say kitchen. And then here, I don't know if we're going to be able to add this. We're just going to attempt alarm security. Let's come there. Alarm security. I'll click and I want to look for alarm, or let's just say security. Security. That's the let's say secure, or I keep making mistakes. User security. I'll use that. And here I want to look for alarm security. Yes. So all right, it shows me. Here I'm going to say alarm, alarm, and it gives me that. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to come to style, and I want to make the icons to be black, not totally black, but this, and the text to be DM Sans, DM Sans, and I want to make this to be 15. Yes, that's good. 15 is good. And I could also make it to be bolder. Let's say 500. I'll just copy style, copy and paste style rather. So there you have it. And then beneath here, what do we have here? The price and something of that sort. Normally, we don't need to do that. But what we need to do is we need to edit this. I want to go to style, typography, should be DM Sans. Like I said, I'm just being on serious because I could change the styles for everything, so that it changes. I don't need to be changing everything manually. Let's make this 22 and let's make this 500. Yes, then the color should be this. I'll make this 22. And then this should be, I'll come to style. It should also be DM Sans, and that is it. I think I could make this 600, make it thicker. So, and then for this, I want to remove the space. I think that's too close. Yes, then for this, I want to remove the space too. I'll make it 5. And then I want to remove padding. So you see that. Then for each of these inside, I want to remove the space. And then for this, I want to remove the space too. Now what I need to do is that I need to target the container in which these are. It's difficult to pick that from here because when I want to click, it clicks on the entire, on the single containers inside. So I'm going to use this structure icon, and then it shows me this is what is highlighted. This is the container in which both are. So I click on that. I come to layout, and I want to remove the padding for both. I think the padding is already removed. I remove this. Now I see that the padding in both of them is not yet removed. I'll remove them individually. All right. So I'm going to do that. Now I want to, you could add anything else here. Maybe something like an excerpt of the information which you have here. But we don't have much information, so I'm just going to, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and I'll delete this particular container. And inside here, I want to remove this 5, this gap. I want it to be 5. Then this inside here, I also want to remove the padding. So you see, it's kind of the information is close. I'll just give some space here. Now what I need to do is I will come here, and then I want to give all of this padding, a padding all around. I'll first of all remove the space around this image by removing the padding. So now when I give it the padding all around, it's going to be more pronounced. I want to give it an all around padding of, let's say, 15. Or anyway, let me make that 17. I noticed something here. These texts, they are too close to each other. So I'm going to come to space between, and I'm going to make it 5. Space between here, I'm also going to make it 5. So I want to come here. I want to give it the background color now. Background type. I want to make it somehow grayish. Not very dark, but grayish. Or I could still leave it to be white and instead come to border. And then when you see box shadow, I will turn on the box shadow. So automatically you already see it has a box shadow. There's a shadow around it. Now you could change the shadow color. You could make it fainter, the color softer, but at the same time, you could make it, increase it horizontally. 5, make it 5. Also make this 5. And then reduce the transparency. So it's very subtle, but it works. Now you are publishing this. One thing we need to do though is to click on this listing item settings, come to listing settings, and make sure this is on properties. And then make listing item clickable. Yes. Open a new window. Yes. So link source, permalink, I'll leave that. You can change the custom URL. All of these advanced stuff. Don't bother with those right now. Then just publish this. Now what we need to do now is that, first of all, I will delete this other, no, one other thing. I think the edges are too sharp. So let's come to the borders. So I want to give it the border radius of, let's say, 5. And if I come here, I think I like the way it looks right now. I'll just delete these other columns. I'll delete these two. And then for this outer column in which this is, I want to remove the padding. So it just flushes. then I'll just publish that. Now coming back to our home page, which is here, if I reload this, I'll reload that. And I want to come and add a container down here. I'll add a container inside here, add another container inside, and then duplicate. Here I'll add a heading which says featured listings. Featured listings. And I'm going to center it. I'm going to make this black, not too black. I'm going to make this DM Sans. DM Sans. That's it. And let's see, I want the width to be 500. Now I'm going to come and look for listing grid. Just search for grid. So this is listing grid. And drag it there. Now what we want to do is we want to search for a grid which we just created. It's called listing cart item, I think. Now you see automatically it adds all the grid items here. Now you see that if I publish this on preview, they are a bit squashed. They are a bit squashed. So what we want to do is that I'll come here, and first of all, I want to increase this box to be, let's say, 12 or 1300. All right. If I publish this now, you can see how they look. I think they are looking really good, but I would prefer for all of them to be the same alignment. So it appears there's an issue with this title. We can reduce the size, or we could increase the size of this to 1350, and I can reduce the spacing between them. I come to style, horizontal gap. So if I make it 0, you see all of them, they now align very much to each other. And if I preview this, you can see. So these are featured listings. And if I click on any one of them, it takes me to that particular listing. Now I'm doing this offline. I'm doing this on a local host. We don't have electricity here, so I can't use Starlink. That's why you see me using this. You can't see the Google map, but you get the point. So when you click on any other property, it opens on a new tab. So that is how to create listing grids or listing cart, however you may want to call it. So in the next video or in the next tutorial, we are going to go on to other stuff with regards to this CrocoBlock series. If you got any value out of this video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell. God bless you. Peace.